Hey everyone, welcome back to Open Bueno. Not another singles conference is back, mi gente. That's right. This 2-day event is Bueno set to redefine the single experience, offering a transformative space for singles to heal, connect, and grow. And last year's conference brought together over 150 singles from major cities across the U.S. And this year promises an even more engaging and enriching experience. And here to share more, we welcome entrepreneur, author, and not another single girls conference curator, Sade Solomon. Hello and welcome back.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Of course, this is your second round.
Yes, it is.
And we're so glad to be a part of your development as well, because we had you on for your inaugural event.
Yes.
And wow, 150.
I know, and I'm like reflecting back, and even what you shared, it's like sometimes when you are in it, you don't realize how far you've come and what you've done, and to hear it back again, it's like, yeah, we did have that many people last year, and it was an amazing experience.
150 from different parts of the United States. Obviously, there's a need for this.
Yeah, there is.
Right?
Definitely.
And also it's the way you're presenting it, right? Because it has the spiritual component to it.
Yes.
However, I did come across your Instagram, and I noticed that you are actually at a point where you were considering or reconsidering even mounting it again this year.
Yes.
So what happened?
Stress, the world, personal experiences. I don't think that when we think of planning events or having these events or even running a business, that we often consider the personal part that our lives play in the work that we do. And I was having my own personal struggles that I'm still journeying through, and it was a lot of opposition for the planning of this spiritually for me. So I did have a moment where I had to weigh out my options and say, okay, does it make sense for me to invest my time and also my finances in this endeavor? But I realized that this vision is bigger than me. It really is not about me making a financial, profit from it. It's about the work. It's about the people. It's about the heart of the men and women that I know we need to bring together in this safe space. So keeping all those things in mind, I just decided to push forward in faith, which is what I always do. It's just every level, things get a little bit different, and you have to navigate it different, and you have to pull in from your community and find the help that you need to move forward. So that's what I did, and I'm here, and not a pimple on my face, so I guess we're good.
No, I'm taking that in because, right now it's very important that we all take care of our mental health.
Absolutely.
Right? First. Because how are we able to offer if we're not balanced ourselves?
Absolutely.
Right? What happened that allowed you to surrender into the trust that it will turn out, or I guess unfold in the way it needed to for you to move forward with it?
I think there were a lot of different elements that are different for me this year than last year. For me, it's community. I am surrounded by a lot of supportive community, and not just my church. My church is amazing and they really support, but my friend group has evolved and changed. And I have women just a few minutes ago, how can we support you? How can I support you? And as someone who is so used to doing things on her own and being independent, I'm coming out of that space, but I have people that are willing to ask me what I need and have me pause for a moment and consider what areas do I need help in. So the weight feels lighter to carry when I know that I have people that are around me that are looking for me to do it and willing to help me to get it done. And that's just part of it. I feel like this season I could write a book, honestly.
Nice.
But that's the biggest thing, when you have people that are willing to hold your arms up and help you carry the weight of what you've been called to do.
Yeah, and I'm taking it in deeply. You see, I'm looking at you deeply because I understand. Putting up an event is no joke, but when you see how it serves other individuals, yourself included, right? Because you're saying it's purpose. It's purpose. You're being purpose driven.
Amen.
Right? And so, what's going to be different this year that you didn't implement last year?
Yeah. So last year was really focused on maximizing our time and our singleness by pursuing our purpose and our goals. But I realized that before you could pursue your purpose, there's some hindrances and there's some barriers. There's some things you have to resolve with yourself, resolve with your family members, resolve with your friends, understand yourself. And I feel that based on last year's experience, people really need healing. So this year is providing a space for people to get the healing they need. We partner with a lot of mental health specialists to come in and provide these workshops. So they're experts in the work that they do: religious abuse and church hurt, overcoming trauma and masculinity and dealing with the nuances of that as a man and pressures from society, on how to show up as a man in spaces and having men come in and speak about that in a safe space for them. So many different topics that are really targeting the healing, which is so interesting. I feel like you do such an amazing job at interviewing. And because like you're making me even think about how I'm personally dealing with the things too, and the healing that I need, and I'm getting along the journey to be able to bring to the people. So it's all really aligned.
Can I just hold your hand? Because
It's all
I appreciate,
aligned.
you know why? You know why? Because I appreciate the transparency.
Absolutely.
Right? Because you know what? We're all going through something.
Yes.
We're all going through something. But you know where it
Definitely.
starts? It starts by recognizing that we're going through
Absolutely.
something as
Yes.
opposed to suppressing it and acting
Yes.
like it ain't there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's my biggest
All right.
thing. It's
All
like
right.
transparency and being real and honest. So I definitely like to share with my community like the hills and the valleys, because people see like the huge event, but what it takes to get there, it's so much, not just even financially, emotionally, spiritually, so many things that come into play with that. So thank you.
And it's also
for that.
dismantling cycles as well.
That's what it is. That's the one workshop I'm really excited about is the generational wounds and dealing with that, and how do you navigate relationship with your adult parent, your parent when you're an adult yourself, and you're an adult, you're not a child, and how do you navigate that? So that's really a lot of what the work is that we're doing.
So even though you're speaking about everybody's individual gain in this not another singles conference,
Yes.
there's actually, you have a speed meet, which I love. So let's talk a little bit about that
Yes.
before we run out of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was something that people encouraged me to do. I did not want to do it, but they encouraged me to push out this opportunity for people to engage and meet. So we included that in it. I feel that that's what people really want. They want an opportunity to connect, to network, to meet new people, maybe find a love interest, who knows? But the one thing that my events do is they do create a space for people to build relationships. And a lot of my events have offered people that opportunity. I meet people even to this day that are still friends or still working together because they met at one of my events. So we're offering that space for people to come together and meet.
And to add to that, right, it's the premise in which they're meeting.
Yes.
Right.
We talked about that last year. It's the like-mindedness.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
and it's also the authenticity of
part.
being in a space that they feel safe.
That part.
Right? So
Absolutely.
just walk us through, because it's a 2-day event.
Yes, it is.
So walk us through it really quick before we run out of time.
Yeah, so Friday night we're having the mixer. We have local entertainers that are coming out. We have poets. We have live music. We have a saxophonist. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that correctly, but I knew I wanted to have live music.
Yeah.
I wanted to be an elevated, mature experience for Friday night. So that's Friday. And then Saturday is the full day of programming where we have all the workshops. So you get to select between two workshops for the day. And yeah, it's a jam-packed 2-day event and a lot of opportunity to learn, to grow, to heal, to connect, to build community.
So do people have the choice to do one or the other, or it's a weekend thing? It's
Yes.
both days.
So it's 2 days, but you can select Friday night only if you just want to come to the speed meet and the live music. But I don't offer Saturday only because I just want people to really enjoy the full experience. I think that it's a really great way to invest $125 into yourself. Like, that's coffee you're buying all week, Ubers, so that you can really invest into your own personal growth and your healing and really get it.
And I want to add to that when a person invests in themselves, it holds a different level of value.
That's a good point.
It really does,
That's a really good
because
point.
you're honoring self.
Absolutely.
Right? In various forms,
Yes.
including the energy of finances, right? And and again, I'm just taking it to a deep place because I love the title of it, not another singles conference, and the fact that you're holding it within a church community,
Yes.
and so there's that spiritual component to
Absolutely.
it, and the fact that you even mentioned the men, because that seems to be like a taboo in today's society, and we have to create those spaces.
We do, and really narrow the divide that social media creates. You have Pop the Balloon, and all of these different conversations, men podcasters, and it just creates a huge divide. But there are good men and there are good women out there that are not the loudest in the rooms and not sharing some of those very damaging rhetorics that I feel like coming together, it gives us hope. Like, no, there are people out there that think the way that I think. And, we can come together and have community and have conversations that may be difficult. We may not agree, but at least it's healthy and it's safe versus what you see on social media.
All right, so before we go,
Yes.
where can people register?
So you can register at nasc.eventbrite.com, and then you can follow me on Instagram at Sade Solomon.
All right,
Yes,
Sade, thanks
thank
for
you so
bringing it here
much.
again.
Thank
Everyone,
you.
Sade Solomon. And once again, we were talking everything of the Not Another Singles Conference, which is set to take place October 4th and 5th at Harvest Fields Community Church, which is located at 2626 East Tremont in the Bronx. And if you're interested in registering and for more information, you can visit nasc.eventbrite.com. All right, stay tuned. Our Open Artist Spotlight is coming up next.